All right, number 15. Order to determine if treatment X is successful in improving eyesight, a research study was conducted from a large population of people with poor eyesight. 300 participants were selected at random. Half of the participants were randomly assigned to receive treatment X, and the other half did not receive treatment X. The resulting data show that participants who received treatment X had significantly improved eyesight as compared to those who did not receive treatment X. Based on the design and the result of the study, which of the following is an appropriate conclusion? Okay, so for this question is like an experiment here or a study that we're doing. Right, we're selecting from a population, we selected 300 participants, and we broke them into two groups, one receiving treatment X, the other one did not. And the group that received treatment X had significantly improved eyesight. Okay, so based on these facts, we want to go through the answer choices and see which one is the best answer. For this type of question, right? We always want to pick the best answer out of the four, right? Some of these answer, you could argue for it, right? So it might make sense in some circumstance, but you always want to pick overall the best answer, okay? And if you go through the answer choices, okay, so let's just go through all of them and then let's do process of elimination. We can eliminate the one that won't work, okay? So if you look at A says treatment X is likely to improve the eyesight of people who have poor eyesight. Okay. So based on results study, we see that treatment X could be, effective because based on the result, right, it is those people who had treatment X did have an improved eyesight. Okay. So A says likely to improve the eyesight of people who have poor eyesight. That sounds very reasonable, right? And notice the phrase they're using in Sherman answer choice A, right? Is likely, okay? And that's what we're seeing in the result, right? It is it's work. So we can say it's definitely, likely to improve. Okay, so it's possible. So for A, let's just leave it for now, but A does sounds good. Okay, look at B. B says treatment X improve eyesight better than all other available treatment. Right. See, the problem is answer choice B is we know nothing about the other available treatment, right? So this question didn't mention anything about the other ones available. Okay, so we know nothing about it. Although B could be true, but we don't know, right? We don't know for sure. Okay, so that's why B is not a good answer here. Okay, so we can eliminate B. Right, we have to have some evidence to support the answer. Okay, so C says treatment X will improve the eyesight of anyone who takes it. Okay, so for C, right, it says it will work for anyone who takes it, and it will work, right? So it's 100% certain that it will work. I see the problem for C is that this is an extreme answer. Okay, extreme answer because it will definitely work, right? It will work for anyone. Right. So in general, we want to try to avoid extreme answers, okay, such as this one, unless we have some evidence to prove it. Otherwise, extreme answers are more likely to be incorrect. Yeah, because it will be more difficult to prove, right? So we're saying everyone works for everybody. We have to have some experiment to show that it works for all population, right? It works for everybody in the population, which is not correct because we're only selecting 300 people out of the population and it's likely to work, but we could always have some exceptions, right? Okay, so it could have a couple of people that it doesn't work for them, right? So C is not the best answer because extreme answer, unless we're 100% certain, right, is more likely to be incorrect. Okay, let's do D. D says treatment X will cause a substantial improvement in eyesight. So between A and D, you see D is also more extreme, right? Because the treatment X will cause a substantial improvement in eyesight. So again, it will happen, right? So it's like 100% sure. whereas answer choice A says it's likely to happen, right? So see, D is too extreme, so it's harder to prove that. All right, so our best answer is A. Because A is a little bit more flexible, right, compared to the other answer choices, but it also says it's likely to improve, which I also agree with the result of our experiment. So overall, A is the best answer here for number 15.